Media aide to President Buhari is reported to have said that the farmers killed in Borno State did not get military clearance before visiting their farms. In a chat with the BBC, Garba Shehu blamed the farmers, whom he said failed to do due diligence by first obtaining clearance before visiting their farms. He said as the military is in full control of all parts of Borno State, the farmers and residents ought to get clearance before visiting certain areas. The presidential spokesman said visiting certain places in the northeast, which has come under the weight of Boko Haram insurgency for more than 10 years, is a window that the terrorists have exploited. Meanwhile, coordinator of the Defense Media Operations, John Enenche, says some residents of Borno State sabotaged the efforts of the military by providing information on its movement and activities to Boko Haram. Enenche said information gathered from the attack showed that some of the insurgents were already cohabiting with the villagers before the attack. He wants the locals to aid the military with information. And the United States government has condemned Saturday's violent attack in Borno State. In a statement, the U.S. diplomatic mission in Nigeria said the United States offers her deepest condolences to the families and friends of those killed or kidnapped. It said the abhorrent attacks are a stark reminder of why the United States stands with the Nigerian government and people as they fight to defeat terrorism and work to bring the perpetrators to justice. All right, for an update on the situation in Borno State, I'm being joined by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu. Mr. Garba Shehu, thanks for joining us on Newsnight tonight.
Thank you for this opportunity.
All right, well, let's begin with that statement that you made that has received quite a lot of flack from many Nigerians in and across the world. Tell us what exactly the typical situation is in this kind of environment that you have in the Northeast. Is it the standard practice that farmers would seek clearance from the Nigerian military before they go to their farms? Has that been the practice till date?
Well, let me first of all begin by saying that I myself, I have come from the media, and I know that the news source is only limited to the provision of content. Editors write headlines, and you as a news source have no input into the way headlines are written. So if certain channels or outlets choose sensational lines to write the headlines in order to get attention, you as the news source, you are just being sacrificed. Look, the standard practice is that Borno is still under military operation. And the rules of engagement on the ground are that movements by government officials, by traders from one town to another, even UN officials, standard practice is that they usually notify the general officer commanding, even if nothing is expected to happen. So the fact that this incident happened is not to say that anybody is blaming the victims for the incident. No, the thing to say is that that area, as the military have said over and over again, is still under the threat of mines. Landmines have been buried there, and it's yes, subject to terrorist attacks. And so therefore, the military are in a better position if they happen to know that certain engagements are going on and they're able to provide assistance. But this incident has happened. We regret it. It is unfortunate. Nobody has any intention to blame the victim.
Did you get any specific reports from the Nigerian military to say that indeed these farmers, who really are largely illiterate, did not get clearance from them? And if indeed they usually would get clearance, what are the channels of, that these farmers would actually use in getting clearance from the military?
My suggestion in that earlier news report was that the military had not certified those areas as being free of landmines and terrorist intrusions. Whether there are processes for getting licenses or permissions, it's not for me, it's not that the military is in a better position to describe those processes. But asked the question, have you given a clean sheet to that part of the state as to landmines and terrorist activities? The military said no, nothing like that is issued.
Now, very quickly, I need to get this from you. You've just come back from Borno State, where you went to commiserate with the governor and people of Borno for this dastardly killings by Boko Haram. What were your findings, and what did you take away from that visit?
The people were very happy to see a delegation sent to them by President Muhammadu Buhari. And they said themselves that they are quite pleased to see that that the president is aware of the plight, the losses they had suffered, and has shown attachment to their feelings at this time of their grief. Other than that, the president used the opportunity to restate his determination to take the war against terrorists to them, rather than waiting for them to come and to react. And he has given full commitment that he's going to supply all of the needs of the military in order that they face this war and finish it up. His commitment to ending this insurgency and all forms of violence and criminality all across Nigeria was vigorously restated today, and he has clearly stated that he's ready to move forward on this situation.
Yes, you do say that Mr. President is very committed, and part of that commitment that Nigerians are expecting is the outright sack or removal of the service chiefs. Why exactly is President Buhari reluctant to let the service chiefs go, in spite of the fact that they have overstayed even their tenure?
I'm not aware that the tenure of army chiefs is subject to any law or regulation that is clearly stated. They serve at the pleasure of the president. If the president is satisfied with their performance, he keeps them, and the buck stops on his table. With all due respect to the feelings of fellow Nigerians, the clamor for the sack is out of place, considering that the president is not subject to the opinion of the opposition political party, which has clamored for this all the time, and other people who think that they have a role in it. It's entirely his own determination. He decides who he keeps as a service chief and for how long. The laws don't prescribe a term limit.
Back to the issue very quickly before I let you go, the issue of the brutally murdered farmers. You insist that the Nigerian military has total control of all of Borno State. If that is the case, would the farmers really be required then to seek clearance from the military to go to their farms?
I think that if you replay my language, I didn't say that it's under total Borno, is under total control. What I said is that it's under military operation. And the military operation, while it subsists, there are regulations that they put on the ground. And people can decide to abide by those regulations. And if they think they are okay, they don't need to abide by those regulations, and then they are free to act. There's nothing that says that people are being forced to do things they don't want to do.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much, Garba Shehu, Special Assistant to the President on Media. Thank you very much for your time.